10 small tattoo design ideas for girls 2025. Every line, every curve, every symbol you choose becomes part of your story. Tattoos aren't just decoration, they're living art, whispering what words can't. In 2025, design trends are shifting toward meaning, balance, and identity. From delicate constellations to minimalist florals and ancient symbols reborn, each carries quiet strength. Stay with me till the end. I'll share one symbol women worldwide are quietly embracing this year. Section 1. Opening reflection and viewer connection. Tattoos once carried the weight of rebellion, bold declarations against expectation. But today, they've become something softer, wiser, more intentional. For many women, they are no longer acts of defiance, but of remembrance. A way to honor growth, healing, or the quiet transformation that only you truly understand. You may have noticed how this shift isn't about appearance alone. It's about alignment. How what rests on your skin connects with what rests in your heart. A small symbol on your wrist, a fine line behind your ear, or a word that once saved you, each carries a story deeper than ink. Across cities, offices, and quiet Sunday mornings, women are choosing tattoos not to be seen differently, but to feel differently, to mark the becoming of who they already are. Stay close, because each design we're about to explore holds meaning that reaches far beyond trend. It reaches straight into truth. Section 2. Fine line symbolism. Fine line tattoos feel like poetry written in whispers, soft, deliberate, and impossibly elegant. You'll often see them as thin outlines of florals, constellations, infinity loops, or open circles that never quite close, symbolizing growth that never truly ends. Their beauty lies in understatement, the kind that doesn't beg for attention, yet draws the eye with quiet confidence. Some might assume simplicity means something is plain, but true fine line art takes both emotional and technical precision. Each stroke must be intentional, each space purposeful. It mirrors a certain maturity, knowing when to stop, when to let the design breathe. This kind of restraint is powerful. It's a visual reminder that less doesn't mean lacking, it means refined. Much like the calm strength you've learned to carry in your relationships, your work, or your healing. Sometimes the softest gestures, an understanding glance, a pause before reacting, speak volumes. Fine line tattoos echo that truth, that grace when quiet becomes unforgettable. Section 3. Microrealism. Microrealism tattoos are like time capsules pressed into the skin, tiny hyper-detailed portraits, eyes, feathers, or cherished objects that hold pieces of your story. Each one captures emotion in miniature, almost as if a single moment has been paused, framed, and quietly preserved. It's art that asks the artist to see not just with their eyes, but with tenderness and precision. Many choose realism for its visual impact, the wow of what looks impossibly real on such a small canvas. But the truest beauty of this style lies in meaning, not performance. A feather might remind you of someone who taught you freedom. A tiny eye could represent clarity found after confusion. A small keepsake might hold the memory of a chapter that changed you. When chosen with intention, these tattoos become anchors to the soul, reminders that meaning doesn't need magnitude to matter. Even the smallest image can carry the weight of a story only your heart fully knows. Section 4. Sacred Geometry. Sacred geometry tattoos speak in patterns that feel ancient, lotus forms, mandalas, and structures drawn from the golden ratio. Their precision isn't just visual, it's spiritual. Every line, every angle carries quiet symmetry, reflecting the harmony between what's seen and what's felt. These designs invite stillness, a moment to remember that balance is both an art and a discipline. Many view geometric tattoos as simply aesthetic, beautiful shapes arranged with mathematical grace. Yet their roots stretch back centuries, across temples, manuscripts, and sacred art. According to art historians, geometric patterns have always symbolized the meeting point between science and spirituality, a conversation between reason and intuition. Women who choose this style often seek something deeper than decoration. They're drawn to its sense of order, its whisper of peace. A mandala might represent balance after chaos, a lotus, rebirth after difficulty. These tattoos remind you that beauty can be structured and structure can be spiritual, a quiet declaration that alignment, in all its forms, is the foundation of calm. Section 5. Hand-poked simplicity. Hand-poke tattoos carry a rhythm that feels almost ancient, each dot pressed into the skin by hand, one deliberate mark at a time. There's no buzzing machine, no rush, just patience, breath, and presence. This method turns tattooing into ritual, where the process itself holds as much meaning as the design. These tattoos are often misunderstood, seen as rough or unfinished, yet they are among the most mindful forms of body art. Every tiny imperfection becomes part of the story, a reminder that authenticity will always outlast perfection. Their rawness feels human, like handwriting on paper instead of print. In a world that races toward flawlessness, hand-poke tattoos invite you to slow down and honor what's real. The gentle rhythm of each dot feels like meditation, a heartbeat reminding you that beauty often lives inside irregular rhythm. These designs whisper a quiet truth. Your story doesn't need to be polished to be permanent. It just needs to be yours. Section 6. Botanical and floral motifs. Botanical tattoos speak in the language of nature. Lavender sprigs, olive branches, or minimalist vines that trace softly along the wrist, collarbone, or spine. They appear delicate, yet they're rooted in meaning far deeper than their beauty suggests. Each bloom represents peace, resilience, and the quiet power of growth. Too often, floral tattoos are dismissed as mere decoration, something simply feminine or ornamental. But for centuries, plants have carried messages long before words could. Lavender has symbolized serenity and healing, olive branches peace and reconciliation, and the humble vine persistence, the will to rise again and again. Choosing a botanical tattoo is an act of self-recognition. It honors the truth that growth isn't always graceful. It's seasonal. Flowers don't rush their bloom. They unfold, even after being cut back. In that rhythm lies a lesson familiar to every woman, that renewal often follows loss, and that softness can be the most enduring form of strength. Section 7. Invisible or UV tattoos. Invisible or UV tattoos are created with ink that reveals itself only under ultraviolet light, hidden most of the time, quietly existing beneath the surface. They carry a rare intimacy, as though the art is meant more for the soul than the world. These tattoos symbolize inner strength, unseen beauty, and resilience that doesn't seek recognition. Many people view them as novelty, yet their meaning runs far deeper. A design that only appears under certain light becomes a mirror for how true power often works. Unseen, steady, and revealed only when the moment calls for it. For women whose transformation is deeply personal, UV tattoos feel profoundly fitting. They remind you that validation doesn't define worth, and that your most radiant growth often happens where no one else is watching. In a culture obsessed with visibility, these tattoos whisper a truth both gentle and fierce. Not everything beautiful needs to be on display to be real. Section 8. Minimal word tattoos. There's something powerful about a single word resting on the skin. Small, understated, yet deeply personal. Words like breathe, becoming, grace, or worthy often appear in fine script, placed close to the pulse where they can be felt as much as seen. These tattoos act as grounding affirmations, quiet anchors that remind you who you are when the noise of life grows loud. Yet, many fall into the habit of choosing words that simply sound beautiful in the moment, phrases that trend, then fade. The most meaningful tattoos, though, are those whose language matures with you. A word that continues to speak truth through every chapter, even as your story changes shape. Language carries vibration. When you etch a word into your skin, you're creating both a shield and a mirror, a reflection of your becoming and a protection for your peace. The right word doesn't just sit on the surface. It breathes with you, guiding you back to yourself again and again. Section 9. Celestial themes. Celestial tattoos trace the quiet poetry of the skies, moons, stars, planetary alignments, or constellations woven delicately along the skin. They speak to intuition, timing, and the natural rhythm that lives within every woman. Each phase, each orbit, mirrors the cycles of becoming, the ebb and flow of light, rest, and renewal. Too often, celestial tattoos are treated as cute or purely decorative, yet they carry ancient wisdom. For centuries, women and travelers alike used the stars for navigation, trusting their placement to guide them home. Celestial symbols connect us to that lineage, to divine timing, to the unseen forces that shape our direction. The moon, especially, offers a tender reminder. Even when you're not in full light, you are still whole. Its shifting glow mirrors emotional clarity and change, the kind that grows quietly, then shines when you're ready. These tattoos suit women who honor their evolution, who understand that beauty isn't in constant brightness, but in the courage to move gracefully through every phase. Section 10. Elemental tattoos. Elemental tattoos draw inspiration from nature's original languages: water, fire, air, and earth. You'll see them as fluid waves, soft wind lines, subtle flames, or grounded mountain outlines. Each carries a different energy, a reminder that the same forces shaping the world also move through you. These designs express emotional movement, personal power, and connection to something timeless. Many choose them for their graceful aesthetic, yet their real meaning emerges when aligned with your inner rhythm. Water embodies empathy and adaptability, the ability to flow without losing form. Fire symbolizes passion, transformation, and the courage to begin again. Air reflects freedom, intellect, and expression. Earth anchors you in stability, reminding you to stand firm when life feels uncertain. When chosen with intention, an elemental tattoo becomes more than design. It becomes balance. Aligning your art with the element that mirrors your spirit can bring daily harmony, a quiet reminder that your energy and nature's energy are never separate. They breathe, shift, and grow together, just as you do. Bonus point: soul thread tattoos. Thank you for staying until now. This part feels like a secret shared only among women who truly understand the language of meaning. Soul thread tattoos are fine, continuous lines that wrap gently around the wrist, ankle, or spine. So delicate they seem to move with your pulse. They resemble threads, weaving quietly across the skin, uniting fragments of your story into one unbroken flow. These tattoos speak of interconnectedness, the truth that your choices, memories, and relationships are never isolated moments, but strands of the same living fabric. They're chosen by women who see their lives as evolution, not destination, who know they are always becoming, always unfolding. So if you're still here, this thank you is personal. You belong to a quiet circle of women who see beauty as truth and truth as art. If this touched you, comment "I wear meaning." It's our shared phrase, a sign that you move with intention, choosing art over attention, meaning over impulse. Thank you for being part of this beautiful, thoughtful space. Thank you for sharing your time and presence with me today. If this video spoke to you, a simple like helps this space grow and reach more women who value meaning over trend. Subscribe if you'd love more daily reflections on modern femininity, self-expression, and the quiet strength that shapes us from within. Share this video with a friend who treasures art with intention. Another story is waiting for you right on the screen, and I'll see you again tomorrow.